Hey guys, it's Sebastian back with another video for you today. I'm here at the Jusbox Perfumes store in the heart of Milan, and I have a special announcement to make for you. No, I'm not collaborating on a new fragrance with Jusbox. I did 54 if you recall, and I'm basically announcing that finally Jusbox 54 is selling at Selfridges in London. So this is another big department store that is carrying the line, the Jusbox collection of fragrances. And finally, since it was exclusive at another retailer in London, a big department store there, remember I went and had the big premiere of the fragrance there. And finally, Jusbox 54 is selling at Selfridges, which I've been a shopper at Selfridges. I order quite frequently from Selfridges in the States, usually fragrances and perfumes. But since August, it's been exclusively selling at the other department store. But finally, if you shop at Selfridges, you'll be able to go and experience Jusbox's 54 there along with their other fragrances. If you still don't know what Jusbox 54 is or what it's all about, so I did a collaboration with the brand Jusbox, started it in early 2023, and the fragrance launched in August of last year, August 2024. It's a fragrance collaboration with Jusbox, and it's inspired by the infamous New York City nightclub called Studio 54. So we were basically recreating a fragrance inspired by that nightclub, but if it existed now, if you were going to Studio 54 now, today, and you wanted to wear your fragrances, this is the kind of fragrance that you would wear to go clubbing to Studio 54. So Studio 54 was known for all kinds of very interesting things that happened there, and we wanted to create something that if it existed today, you would wear it. It's a fragrance focusing on patchouli. I wanted to make sure the fragrance featured this note prominently, along with some gourmand notes, spices, woods, aromatics, and things like that. So the fragrance is uber boozy and also very creamy. In the dry down, it creates a kind of a chocolate milky effect when the fragrance is drying down on my skin, which becomes very, very delicious. So it has some light gourmand qualities to it, but I wouldn't call this an uber gourmand fragrance. Just teeters on the side of gourmand because it does have vanilla, it does have cinnamon, it does have chocolate. So it's these kind of notes that creates that kind of a milk chocolate effect. But most importantly, it also has Pina Colada. So Pina Colada is pineapple and coconut. So because of the combo of the Pina Colada along with the chocolate, it creates this kind of a milk chocolate effect. But there's also Davana here, an amazing note that I've discovered since working on this project. Smells just really gorgeous. It adds an extra layer of booziness, and then there's also the rum that's in here to create a very boozy effect in this fragrance. But overall, it's intoxicating. It's got a great sillage and projection. It smells fantastic, by the way, and it garners me countless compliments. Again, I'm an oversprayer, so when I spray my fragrances, I don't do very limited quantities. I do more than 3, 4, 5 even, and people seem to stop me and ask me what I'm wearing, which is the kind of fragrance I was looking for, because going back to the whole idea of a nightclub, I've been to many nightclubs in the past, especially in the 90s and the late 80s and on to the early 2000s, and one of my favorite ways to discover fragrances was at a nightclub when somebody's dancing and they were wearing a very strong fragrance, and you kind of end up in their cloud, in their whole sillage. That's kind of how you would discover a new scent, something smelling amazing, and you would ask the person or whoever you think the fragrance is coming off of what they're wearing. So it was a great way for me to discover fragrances that way, and I wanted to make sure this fragrance had that kind of effect when you're wearing it. So it has a great sillage, great projection and things like that, and thankfully it's provided by the patchouli in this fragrance. So it was created by Julien Rascanet, an amazing perfumer that I worked on with Andrea and Chiara of Jusbox. So we collaboratively worked on this fragrance, and we gave an amazing fragrance, and I'm very proud of being involved in this creation. So going back to Selfridges, once again, this fragrance is finally selling at Selfridges. So if you've been waiting to, sample it at that store in London, you can go there now and sample it. Again, you won't be disappointed if you like my taste. You're going to really enjoy this fragrance. I love patchouli, and we wanted to make sure this focused on patchouli. And then all these amazing supporting notes around the patchouli just really create this one super intoxicating fragrance. So I hope you guys go check that out very soon over at Selfridges in London. In fact, I might be heading over to London myself very soon on this trip, so I'm going to stop in and check it out there. But also a little more info, there is a new fragrance launching by Jusbox. I'm not involved with this fragrance, but I knew it was coming along the way. It's a fragrance inspired by the Spice Girls. So if you're a fan of Spice Girls, this is one for you to check out. And still also, I didn't mention this earlier, if you didn't know what Jusbox's fragrances were all about, they're all inspired by music themed. That's why we did Studio 54. Jusbox hadn't done a fragrance inspired by a nightclub before. They were all focused on bands, singers, genres of music, but never a nightclub. So 54 is inspired by the nightclub, but the new fragrance is inspired by the Spice Girls and its sisters before Misters. So this one's launching in April, very, very soon. So it's a full-on cakey gourmand. Really super delicious. I think you would love it if you love gourmands. Much more gourmand than 54. As I said, 54 is bordering and teetering on gourmand. I wouldn't necessarily call it a full-on gourmand. It's boozy, it's vanillic, it's milky, like tonic. But if you prefer more of a gourmand, less of patchouli, I think you will enjoy Sisters Before Misters. As I said, that should be launching very soon, I think middle of April, and most likely Selfridges will carry it along with other retailers across the globe. So that's pretty much all I have to say to you guys. Go check out 54 at Selfridges. It is now selling there. I'm so grateful to have been able to work on this fragrance. It's an amazing experience, also an amazing fragrance that I can't get enough of wearing. And I think what we set out to do with this fragrance, we pretty much accomplished with the way it smells, with the way the fragrance wears, the way people compliment you, stop you and ask you what you're wearing. I've had some amazing and very dramatic compliments that I've received on this fragrance. And just a little info about compliments as well. Some of you say you never get compliments. Just control your sprays, maybe increase them a little bit, because I get compliments all the time, but I'm also spraying a lot more than most people spray. So I carry small vials with me of fragrances and I'm constantly replenishing. So if you're looking for compliments and you haven't received any, do what I'm suggesting you do. And also do it with 54, because the compliments will certainly come in. They've been very, very dramatic and very, very interesting compliments and amazing, amazing experiences. Several of them have been where people are preparing food or drinks and things like that. So it's interesting when your nose is used to the smell of your environment and I come in with my own 54 projecting off of me. That's when the big dramatic compliments come in. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. I hope you guys get to sample 54 if you haven't. And as I said, it's now selling at Selfridges. Please go there and check it out. And add a comment here and let me know that you've sampled 54. And let me know what you think about it. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching today's video. If you have any questions or comments, please do list below. Please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook. And I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.